They didn't vanish. They withdrew. It's 2025. The world is no longer asking what happened. It's asking why. The truth begins to surface not through headlines or broadcasts, but through memory, through symbols, through silence. The vanished were not abducted. They chose to leave. They watched from afar, they protected when needed, and they waited. Waited for the world to reach a threshold, a moment of reckoning. Now that moment has arrived. The world is offered a choice. Not a treaty, not a demand, a choice. Continue in ignorance or reconnect with the source of its lost brilliance. The message is delivered not through words, but through presence. Returners appear in places of power, of pain, of prophecy. They speak in riddles, they vanish in light. And the world begins to fracture, not politically, but existentially. Some nations fall to their knees, begging for forgiveness. Leaders weep, citizens gather in silence. Flags are lowered, history is rewritten. Others deny everything, they cling to pride, fear, or power. They call it a hoax, a psyop, a spiritual invasion. They tighten borders, burn books, silence dissent. The divide is no longer ideological. It's metaphysical. The world isn't splitting. It's revealing. In Paris, a monument is unveiled, etched with the words, "We forgot the light." In Tehran, a cleric declares the returners are jinn. In New York, a child draws a map of the hidden civilization, then disappears. The revelation shakes the foundations of history. Ancient texts are reinterpreted, prophecies are re-examined, entire timelines are questioned. The Mandela effect becomes doctrine, memory becomes currency. And then the testimonies begin. People who vanished return, quietly, briefly. They speak of a world untouched by war, by greed, by distortion. A world where thought shapes matter, where time bends to intention. Where history is not written but remembered. They say only one thing. You were never abandoned. You abandoned yourselves. The reckoning isn't punishment. It's reflection. In Berlin, a museum opens with no artifacts, only mirrors. In Johannesburg, a choir sings in a language no one taught them. In Kyoto, a monk burns his scriptures saying, "Truth is not written, it's returned." The world must face what it lost and what it refused to see. The Jewish people were not erased. They were elevated, removed from distortion, preserved in clarity. And now they offer a choice. Not to return to the past, but to remember what was buried beneath it. Some accept, others resist. A few disappear mid-decision. And then the final message arrives. Delivered not by voice, by vibration. Across the globe, a pulse is felt in temples and towers and trenches. It carries no words, only memory. And those who feel it understand. The reckoning is not an end, it's an invitation. Don't just react, reflect. Truth doesn't punish, it reveals, and revelation demands response. By the end of the year, one truth remains. The world was never waiting for answers, it was waiting to remember.